Hey, this is Aaron, and along with my wife Emily, we are the owners of Teton Excursions, providing private tours of Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone and the West out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I just want to jump on and talk about our reviews. We've been in business 9 years and we have the best time with our guests. This spring's been amazing. Bears, great weather, everything else. And our guests have a great time. And we have some of the best reviews around, and we really do. And so I think I just need to do a better job for myself is sharing those with people. That is the biggest driver that makes people want to go with us, because once they read them, they realize that we just care so much. And our guest experience is the top for us for our mission on everything. Is nothing really gets above our guest safety and experience. That's what we're all about. So these reviews are amazing and they've been so humbling through the years, and it's just time I embrace them, right? We can embrace the good too, and so I want to share these with people and kind of give some background to the trips because they're so unique and so different, and people don't even understand what a tour is about. So here's my attempt. It's not going to be perfect, but stick with me and we'll get better as we go. So we had this awesome review from a guest of ours a couple summers ago, Mr. Reed from the East Coast. And it was a multi-generational trip of him and his family, his kids and his grandson. And they wanted this, once in a lifetime experience to Yellowstone. So health is a thing for a lot of people. So we did everything we could to make it as easy on them, the right planning of the hotels, and we kind of did the whole thing. So this is Mr. Reed's review after the tour. And there were definitely some challenges with like weather, and not everything went as planned, but we adapted, and we're all about adapting. Guests are about adapting. They're here once, they're all positive. So this is kind of a true story of what a 4-day tour is like, some hiccups that can happen, and how you can make, lemonade out of lemons for sure. It's a fun one. Let me read it and let's see how it goes. So Mr. Reed says, I found Teton Excursions through an internet search and read nothing but good reviews about Aaron and Emily. I began making our plans to visit Yellowstone and the Tetons earlier this year and found Aaron to be extremely responsive to my initial and subsequent inquiries. So yeah, people do, especially these multi-days, reach out very early. So like I started talking to Mr. Reed like in January that year for a trip in July, and we hooked up hotels, we looked at activities and everything else involved. So on to his review. We planned a 4-day experience of the 2 national parks and wanted a float trip on the Snake River included with the tours. He made all of the arrangements, including all lodging that fit our schedule and time frame. He made adjustments for our health concerns and purchase oxygen bottles for use at the high altitudes in both parks. And that's the thing, with these multi-generational trips, people are coming from sea level. The altitude is 7,000 feet, affects everybody differently. We're getting up in our age. We have some, pulmonary issues maybe, who knows, but not severe enough, right, to carry the full oxygen tanks. We did, upon request, we got those little $30 oxygen cans and had those, and it definitely helped him out through the trip, and I recommend it for people with altitude issues or just the oxygen. My 1 mile run at this altitude, I go from 12 minutes and I go down to Georgia's sea level, and I go to 9 minutes, so it's a real thing out there, everyone. So anything you can do to help. And we were happy to do it. Because of weather issues, we were delayed in arriving in Jackson. And yeah, they hit thunderstorms, right? They got summertime, they had to stay in Salt Lake City overnight. And so we had this whole plan of them flying in easy into Jackson. That's what we like to do. We kind of like to start the trip with 2 nights in the same place. So fly into Jackson, have a relaxed afternoon, walk around the easy town square, and then stay overnight. And we do a nice light day in the Tetons. Well, they flew in, they had thunderstorms. They had to spend the night in the airport in Salt Lake City, and that was tough on them. But the tour didn't start till the next morning, so they did miss that night at the Huff House, and it was such a late cancellation. But I was there at the airport when they came in, like 9 in the morning, and we just rolled with it. Picked them up right away. I had food waiting for them, so they were right into it. We saw the park for a couple hours, and then we went and did their float trip, was part of the plan. So it was a shotgun kind of day, but we slid right into it. Because of weather issues, we were delayed in arriving in Jackson, and Aaron picked us up at the airport. and got us started on our visit to Grand Teton National Park without skipping a beat. His comfortable Ford van had plenty of seating for our party of 5, and it allows for different configurations for larger parties, luggage, and the supplies and equipment. Yeah, Ford Transits, that's what we roll. After the float trip and some additional touring of the Tetons, we relaxed at the Huff House, an excellent place to stay in Jackson, so close to Town Square. The rooms were comfortable, very pleasant. A hearty breakfast was served by wonderful staff, preparing us for a full day of travel and touring in Yellowstone. We had 3 full days in the park and stayed overnight in West Yellowstone, followed by Silvergate. Aaron's recommendations for our evening meals were spot on, and he made prior arrangements so we were able to get seating without a wait. Yeah, that's what we do. So we go to West Yellowstone, and they don't take reservations, but I have my favorite restaurants that really take care of our guests. Doing this so many years, I know the hosts and hostesses, they do everything they can to help us take care of our guests too. So we set them up at one of the nicest restaurants in town. They can have a relaxed night and then walk around the town of West Yellowstone as well. And then we continue on of what Mr. Reed says. Aaron provides breakfast items. We're not part of the lodging services like Cook City. The lunches included gourmet sandwiches and other delicious selections from local providers, and no one came away hungry from our picnics at several picturesque spots along the tour. He provided multiple choices for hydration and encouraged all to keep up on the liquid intake along the way. His choice of snacks more than satisfied all in our party. Sunblock and bug spray was available, as well as wide brim hats for sun protection. It's crazy. Aaron knows the best places and timing for wildlife viewing and stopped anywhere we wanted to take pictures. He provided multiple pairs of optics and set up a viewing scope through which we saw mountain goats, buffalo, pronghorn, antelope, osprey, an eagle, and even a wolf. Yeah, we got to talk about that wolf real quick. That's pretty much one of the most wild wolf experiences I've had in Yellowstone. We were there at Tower Falls as wolf came out of the woods, just on top of the roof of the gift shop. Crazy. And then I think the wolf was as surprised as us, and then walked around the back and came across the sidewalk, over the railing, down into the woods across. And I got that all on the phone too, and it's actually posted on one of my social media posts. But Mr. Reed was down on the other end, so I went and parked the van. So he got all the shots from that end. I got all the shots from this end. And I think we're all blown away by it, including the wolf. The wolf was as surprised as everybody. So had to talk about that. That was just way too close, closer than you ever want to be to a wolf, but he was so scared. He was just trying to get out of there, and that wasn't planned by anybody. So that's how it happens sometimes. So anyway, continuing on, Mr. Reed says he took pictures of the distance shots as well as other sites he captured in addition to our own photos. Aaron's entertaining for young and old, bring his depth of knowledge and of natural and historical facts, and supplemented with information with audio and video additions. Man, Mr. Reed, you're so detailed in this review. It's incredible. So yeah, just a lot of so many great historical stories. And so I got videos and pictures that go along with the stories to try and really bring it to life for everyone. It's just such a great experience. So continuing on, while visiting geysers, fumaroles, and mud pots, he provided a handheld thermal monitoring, a thermal gun, to allow the grandson to check the temperature of those features. Aaron is very sensitive to environmental practices. That makes me feel great. And observation of park rules, of course, and advised us of anything that would put our safety or that of wildlife in danger. Leave no trace, baby. That's what we're all about. Continuing on, he could go on, but simply, this was our best domestic tour of our lifetime, and I highly recommend Teton Excursions for families, multi-generational groups, and individuals who want an exclusive experience of the magnificent West. Mr. Reed and family from the East Coast. So, yeah, so grateful, Mr. Reed. That was like such an awesome trip with you guys. And we had adversity at the beginning, of course, but we worked it out and we just slid into it. You got to be positive and keep going. We're here in Yellowstone. What are you going to do? It's once in a lifetime. Let's go get it. So super fun. And like I said, I'm really grateful. I wrote a blog about this. I'm going to connect to that blog as well on the website. Any guests that decide to take a trip from us, we help with all that planning. And then we can even book all the hotels for them. We take care of all lunches. If it's a hotel that doesn't provide breakfast, we do a light continental, all that. We just kind of escort everyone through it. So amazing time. Thanks for watching. If you actually watched this whole thing, this is new. I appreciate you getting through the rough spots with me, but I'll get better. Let's go. Yellowstone, springtime. Right now is amazing too, by the way.